water, acid and base, that is we can name it as also alkalis. Clear? So these were the certain reactions which we have studied in the last class, where here group 13 elements, what happens when they react with an water molecule? Yeah, even in the cold water as well as hot water, they don't react with an group 13 elements. Whereas when it comes to an oxygen, yeah, when it comes to the oxygen, they form their respective oxides. If it is a boron and it is reacting with oxygen, which oxide we get? What is the formula of boron oxide then? Yeah, B2O3. If the same thing, if thallium is reacting with oxygen, what we get? Thallium oxide, where the formula will be Tl2O, where the oxidation number of boron in this is +3, whereas the oxidation number of thallium in this compound is +1, because thallium is more stable in its +1 oxidation state and boron is more stable in its +3 oxidation state. Clear? Whereas all the group 13 elements, they react with a nitrogen at a high temperature to form respective nitrides with a general formula. It is just En, because +3 -3 they get cancelled out and hence we get a general formula as En over there. Next, what happens when they react with an halogens? Yeah, they form their trihalides. So I will write it as MX3, where M is our group 13 element, or else you can write it as EX3, where again element belongs to that group 13. Whereas as we know, we don't have any reaction with a water molecule. Whereas which is the element which is reacting with both acid as well as alkali? Aluminium. Why aluminium reacts with both acids as well as alkalis? Yeah, they are amphoteric in nature. As they are amphoteric in nature, they can react with both acid as well as base. Here, if it is an aluminium and it is reacting with sulfuric acid. So in the last class we have written it as hydrochloric acid. Now I have wrote another acid here, H2SO4. What we get a product here? Formula of aluminium sulfate. It is not AlSO4. What is the formula of, what is the charge present on aluminium? +3. What is the charge present on the sulfate? Yeah, -2. On crossing the valencies, what you get here? Al2, yeah, SO4 thrice. Al2 SO4 thrice it is. Aluminium sulfate with a liberation of hydrogen gas in it. Clear? This is reaction with an acid. Similarly, aluminium can also react with an alkalis. So if I write it as sodium hydroxide, that is aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide, we get a product as, yeah, your name, bracket AlOH 4, that is sodium tetrahydroxy aluminate. Clear? Again there is a liberation of hydrogen gas here. So these were the chemical properties of group 13 elements. So in group 13 we started with the occurrence. Clear? After the introduction, occurrence, next occurrence, it was general properties, anomalous behavior of a boron, behavior of a boron with respect to different behavior of a boron with their other elements, comparing with the other elements. Next it was the chemical properties. Clear? Next we are moving to the second group of this chapter. Which is the second group of a P block? Yeah, it is in group 14. Group 13 is known as boron family. What about the group 14? Yeah, group 14 Group 14 is known as carbon family. Known as carbon family. Clear? Again it consists of six elements. Clear? Group 14, which is known as an carbon family, it consists of six elements in it, and those elements are, can you name the elements of group 14? Yeah, carbon, not graphite. Elements of group 14: carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead and flavorium. Clear? These are the six elements which are present in an carbon family. So group 14, which is known as a carbon family, it consists of six elements in it, that is carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead and flavorium. Now here, out of these six elements, carbon is a, boron is a non-metal. Yeah, similarly carbon is also a non-metal. Whereas in group 13 all the others were from aluminium to thallium, they were metals. Yeah, they were metals. But in group 14, so carbon is a non-metal, whereas silicon and germanium are semi-metals. Semi-metals are also known as, yeah, they are also known as metalloids. Clear? So silicon, carbon is a non-metal, silicon and germanium are metalloids, while metalloids. Next remaining is our tin and lead are metals, and flavorium is a radioactive element. Clear? This is the general introduction about the group 14 elements, where group 14 elements are known as in carbon family, where it consists of six elements in it, that is carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead and flavorium, where carbon is a non-metal, silicon and germanium are semi-metals, whereas tin and lead are metals, and flavorium is a radioactive element. Clear? So after the introduction, now we are moving to the occurrence of this group 14 elements. So group 13 elements, how does they occur in the earth crust? Yeah, they occur in a combined state, where boron in the form of orthoboric acid, borax and kernite. Clear? Similarly, here in the occurrence of in group 14 elements, the first element of in group 14, which is the carbon. So here carbon exists in free state as well as combined state. Carbon free state dagu sigtada, combined state olagu sigtada. Whereas carbon is the 17th most abundant element occurring in the earth crust. Earth crust work siguanta 17th abundant element in number 1. So carbon is the 17th most abundant element occurring in the earth crust. Clear? Whereas this carbon in a free state, carbon in free state, it exists as, can you give me any free state form of a carbon? Yeah, what is that? Exist as coal, clear? Diamond, graphite, etc. Clear? Even charcoal also. So carbon free state या form work सिक्तित नमगा either in an coal, charcoal, diamond, graphite. In all these we get only an element, a single element, that is the carbon itself. Whereas along with this, carbon also existed with state, combined state, in the form of hydrocarbons. What are hydrocarbons? What are hydrocarbons? Name itself indicate what is an hydrocarbon. Compounds containing hydrogen and carbon. या compound ಒಳಗೆ hydrogen ಮತ್ತು carbon ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? hydrocarbons ಅಂತ. So carbon combined state ಒಳಗೆ ಎದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ತಿತ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ hydrocarbon ಒಳಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. For example, if we consider it as a methane. So what is the molecular formula of methane? It is CH4. Means again it consists of carbon in it, which is in a combined state. So carbon which is present in a combined state, it exists in the form of an hydrocarbons, carbon dioxide gas, etc. Clear? This is about the occurrence of an carbon, that is, which is an 17th most abundant element. It exists in free state as well as combined state. Which are the two isotopes of an boron? Which are the two isotopes of boron? Those are allotropes of boron, amorphous and crystalline. Which are the two isotopes of boron? ಹೇಳೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ. It's boron 10 and boron 11. ಒಂದು 81% ಸಿಗ್ತದ, ಒಂದು 19% ವರೆಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. Leave that. What are isotopes? We will come to the much more basic now. What are isotopes? Isotopes ಅಂದ್ರೆ elements having. What are isotopes? Elements having same atomic number but different mass number are known as isotopes. So isotopes hoga elements same atomic number irtade but different mass number irtade. Boron ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು ನಾವು, represented it for boron like this. So here the atomic number of boron is 5 here. So these are the elements having same atomic number but they are having different mass number. Hence they are considered as an isotopes. So boron exists in two isotopic form. Similarly here the carbon, it forms three isotopic. Carbon can form three isotopes. And the three isotopes of carbon are carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. Clear? Carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. What is the atomic number of a carbon then? 6. So elements having same atomic number but different mass number are known as isotopes here. So carbon exists in three different isotopic forms, that is carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. Which is the common form of a carbon we are using? ಯಾವ್ದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ? which is more abundant, that is carbon 12. ನೀವು atomic mass of carbon ಯಾವತ್ತು ಏನಂತ ಬರೀತೀರಿ? ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಬರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರಿ? 12 ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀರಿ. ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ 6 ಅದರದ್ದು ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಏನು ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? 12 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆ 3 ಐಸೋಟೋಪ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಬಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುವುದು ಯಾವುದು? ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ 12. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್ carbon, which is the second element of in group 14, it is an silicon. So here silicon is the second most abundant element occurring in our earth crust. Clear? Whereas carbon is the 17th abundant element, whereas silicon is the second most abundant element occurring in our earth crust. Which is the first one? Yeah, it is an oxygen. Second is an silicon here. So which is the third then? It is an aluminium. Clear? So okay. So silicon, which is the second most abundant element, it is present in the form of, combine state again, it is present in the form of silica and silicates. So how we get the silicon in the earth crust? Either in the form of an silica or in the form of an silicates. So this is the occurrence of an silicon. So whereas germanium, which is a third element, it occurs in traces. Germanium is a rare element occurring in traces. What is that traces now? Rare element occurring in traces. Traces ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ small amount ಒಳಗೆ. Clear? Not in huge quantity, but it exists in a small amount, hence it is considered to be an traces. So first is the highest one, that is 17th most abundant element, whereas the second is the, that is in silicon, is the second most abundant element. But the third element, that is in germanium of in group 14, it is a rare element. Its occurrence is very less in the earth crust. Whereas tin and lead both they exist in an combined state, whereas tin exists as cassiterite, whereas lead in the form of galena. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರ್ದೇನಲ್ಲ SnO2. Sn is the symbol of a tin oxide. tin oxide ಈಗ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಆ ಊರಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಕೆಸರೈಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಾವು ಇಫ್ ಐ ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ನೇಮ್ ಇಟ್? ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ? ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಓರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ಇದನ್ನ ಬಾಕ್ಸೈಟ್ ಓರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Fe2O3 ferric oxide. It is also named as hematite ore. In such a way, tin oxide is known as a cassiterite, whereas we get the tin more commonly in an ore, that is cassiterite here. Similarly, lead is existing in the form of galena, that is PBS. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನೋಡು ಈಗ. What is that PBS? ಟಿನ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್. SnO2 ನ ಟಿನ್ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತೇನಂದ್ರೆ PBS ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ ನೀವು? ಯಾ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್? ಲೆಡ್. ಲೆಡ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನು ಬರುವಲ್ತು? PbS it is. Pb is lead. What about S? Sulfur it is. But combine compound work sulfur ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ. lead sulfur ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅದು. lead sulfate is wrong. ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಮಟ್ಟ ತಿಳಿಯೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್, ಯಾ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ lead sulfide. ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. AT ಐಟಿ ಸಲ್ಫೈಟ್ ಬೇರೆದು ಸಲ್ಫೇಟ್ ಬೇರೆದು ಎಸ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರ ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್ ಅದ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಎನ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರ ನೈಟ್ರೈಡ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಐ ಡಿ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರ ಐ ಡಿ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ ಓ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಪಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರ ಪಿ ಪಿ P is in phosphor. If some formula contains P in it, for example, if it is like this, name this compound. Calcium. Right now I said if it is just a phosphide. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸಿಂಬಾಲ್ ಬರೀ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಂಬಾಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಐ ಡಿ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕದು ಓ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಸಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬೈಡ್ ಎಚ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೈಡ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಪಿ ಐತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇನು ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಫಾಸ್ಫೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸೊ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆನೂ ಓದಿದ್ವಿ ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಆನ್ ಆಕರೆನ್ಸ್ tin exists as cassiterite whereas lead exists in the form of a galena. So this is about the occurrence of a group 14 elements. Clear? Group 14 ಒಳಗೆ radioactive element ಯಾವುದು? Which is a radioactive element in group 14? Yeah, it is an flavorium, which is a metalloid. Metalloid. Silicon and germanium. Whereas tin and lead are metals and carbon is a non-metal. Silicon is present in the form of silica and silicates. Clear? Silicon yavattu silica matte silicates ಒಳಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. lead ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದ? lead galena, whereas tin cassiterite, whereas carbon it exists in free state as well as combined state. Which are the three isotopes of carbon? Carbon 12, carbon 12, carbon 13, carbon 14 it is. Clear? Whereas in a combined state carbon exists in the form of hydrocarbons and carbon dioxide gas, as well as in a metal carbonates also we get an carbon. What is the formula of metal carbonates? It will be differ for all the compounds. If it is a group 1 elements metal carbonate ಅಂದ್ರೆ sodium carbonate ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? sodium carbonate Na, it is Na2CO3. Carbonate is -2. Sodium is +1. On crossing valency we get it as Na2CO3. Same thing if it is a magnesium carbonate. No, it is just MgCO3 because magnesium +2, carbonate -2. They get cancelled. Clear? So in our metal carbonates also we can get the carbon here. So after this now we are going to study the properties of a group 14 elements. So it is just properties of group 14, where our first property is again electronic configuration. So now in order to study the electronic configuration of a group 14 elements, if I consider the first element, that is in carbon. Clear? So the atomic number of carbon is 6. So what is the electronic configuration of this? 1s2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2 it is. Clear? Or else I can write it as noble gas core. Helium. 2s2, 2p2. Clear? ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ಅದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ silicon 14 it is. So I will write it with a Noble gas code, that is neon 10 electrons complete ಆಗ್ತಾವ 3s2 3p2. Next germanium 32 atomic number. Argon completes 8. What it is? 3d10 4s2 4p2 18 ಆಯ್ತು. 18 next 10 for it 28 30 32 electrons ಆಯ್ತು. next element after germanium tin it is. tin its symbol T ಅಲ್ಲ, ಏನದ ಅದು SN ಅಂತ. 50 it is. It is krypton 4d10 5s2 very good 5p2 it is. Next lead 82 xenon very good 4f14 5d10 6s2 6p2. Clear? So these are the electronic configuration of in group 14 elements. Now by seeing the electronic configuration, the outermost shell of these elements consists of how many electrons in it? Outermost how many valence electrons are present in group 14 now? How many valence electrons are present in group 13? By seeing electronic, it was 3. ns2 np1. Clear? Those were 3 electrons. Similarly here we have 4 electrons. So then tell me, what is the general electronic configuration of group 14 elements? So here first the S subshell is completely filled, so we have the general configuration as ns2, whereas in an np subshell there is a presence of only 2 electrons. So our general electronic configuration for an group 14 element is ns2 np2 with 4 electrons in its outermost shell. Totally ಎಷ್ಟು electrons ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲಿ 4 electrons ಇರ್ತಾವ. Whereas when it comes to an group 14, the same explanation can be given, but the general electronic configuration of a group 13 will be, group 13 is ns2 np1. Clear? ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಇರ್ತದೆ. Next, so it is an atomic size or radii. Next one, atomic size. So here again, as we know, these elements are arranged from top to bottom. When they are arranged from top to bottom, electron will enter into different main energy shell, whereas in an carbon the electron is entering into second main energy shell. In an silicon it is entering into third main energy shell. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಟಾಪ್ ಟು ಬಾಟಮ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವ, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಶೆಲ್ಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ. When they are entering into different main energy shell, the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell of an atom, it increases. As the distance increases, the atomic size, it increases from carbon to lead. Clear? lead ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು, ಫ್ಲೇವೋರಿಯಂ ಅದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟನು ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಏನು ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್. So our statement is the elements are arranged from top to bottom. So in a group The elements are arranged from top to bottom, where the electron enters into where the electrons enters into different main energy shells. Main energy shell is also known as which quantum number? Main energy shell ಗೆ ಯಾವ quantum number ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ? It is known as principal quantum number. So the atomic size increases from carbon to lead. So the atomic size now it is increasing from carbon to lead here. So same thing we have studied in group 13, but there was a slight change in it. There was an exception. What was that? Gallium size was smaller than that of it. Aluminium. So same way ಒಳಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಬೋರಾನ್, ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ, ಗ್ಯಾಲಿಯಂ, ಇಂಡಿಯಂ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಥ್ಯಾಲಿಯಂ ಇವು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುವಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಯಾಲಿಯಂ ಸೈಜ್ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ವೆರಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಸೈಜ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಲಾರ್ಜರ್. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಪುವರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್? d orbital. There we stated that gallium consists of d orbital in it, because of which it undergone poor screening effect, where nucleus has more attraction towards s and p electrons towards themselves. Hence the atomic size of gallium decreased compared to an aluminum. Clear? This statement ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. But ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, but it doesn't occurs in this. The reason is the number of electrons it goes on increasing. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಮತ್ತು ಗ್ಯಾಲಿಯಂನ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಜರ್ಮಾನಿಯಂ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತಾವ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವ. ಪುವರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಏನಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮಚ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಬಲ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆತ ಅನ್ನುವಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ increases, clear, from carbon to silicon. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತದ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಟು ಲೆಡ್ ಮಟ್ಟ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಏನಾಗೈತಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಟು ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಏನಾಗದೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಜರ್ಮಾನಿಯಂ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಪುವರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಪುವರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಜರ್ಮಾನಿಯಂ ಸೈಜ್ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ದಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ as shell it goes on increasing. In such a case there is a slightly increase in the, so the atomic size increases from carbon to silicon more frequently. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅದ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಏನಾರ 90 ಪಿಕೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇತ್ತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ 120 ಪಿಕೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ರಫ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳತ್ತೀನಿ, ಇದು ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವು ಕೂಡ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇಷ್ಟದ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನ್ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್. There is a large increase in the atomic size from carbon to silicon. But if I consider an germanium, there is a increase in atomic size? No, there is a slight increase in the atomic size from germanium to lead. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ, ಸ್ಲೈಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ವೈ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಲೈಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಜರ್ಮಾನಿಯಂ ಟು lead? Yeah, because from germanium to lead there is a presence of d and f orbitals. Now as there is a presence of d and f orbitals, all these three elements they undergo poor screening ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಪುವರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರ ಒಳಗೂ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಬಟ್ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಂಗೆ ಕಂಡು ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಎದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಮತ್ತು ಗ್ಯಾಲಿಯಂ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ the atomic size increases from carbon to silicon more frequently, ಭಾಳ ಜಾಸ್ತಿಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. but from silicon to lead there is a slightly increase in the atomic size. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಲೈಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ? ಜರ್ಮಾನಿಯಂ ಇಂದ ಲೆಡ್ ಮಟ. ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಎನಿ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಸ್ ವಿ ಡಿಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 13 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 13 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಟೋಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದ್ರ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿತ್ತು in an ionization energy, electronegativity. But here as we know the exception is nothing but there is a slight increase in the atomic size from the germanium to lead. It is not frequently increased, whereas from carbon to silicon we can observe the much more increase in the atomic size. So in generally we can state that in an group 14 elements, that is the atomic size increases from carbon to lead. ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಟಾಪ್ ಟು ಬಾಟಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಏನು ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ? ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಲೈಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗತೈತಿ? ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಇಂದ ಲೆಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದಿ ಪುವರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಿಂಗ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ D and F orbitals, intertwining D and F orbitals, because of which as they undergo pore screening effect we can observe the slightly increase in the atomic size compared to that of an carbon ion silicon element. Clear? So then can you state me the third physical property, that is an ionization energy here? ಈಗ ಇದು ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಅಂತೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಟೋಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಆಸ್ ವಿ ನೋ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಪಿರಿಯಾಡಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್, ಮೋರ್ ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಅಟೋಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ಅಯೋನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇನ್ ಆನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 14 ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್? ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್? ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್, again it decreases from carbon to lead. There is no any other exception we can observe in an group 14 elements. So here we can state that the third property is ionization energy, where we can state that with increase in the atomic size the ionization energy ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆದಂಗೆ the ionization energy decreases. As the atomic size increases, the nucleus holds those electrons loosely, hence we require less energy to remove the outermost electron. In such a case the energy required is very less, hence the ionization energy decreases from carbon to lead. Why carbon requires high ionization energy? Because of its smallest atomic size, whereas while lead requires low ionization energy because it has a large atomic size. So it is purely dependent upon the atomic size here. Now in this, as we stated in the atomic size, we can write here from carbon to silicon. What happens to the ionization energy? Carbon to silicon mata ionization energy ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ? It has a more ionization energy. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸೈಜ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟಾಪ್ ಟು ಬಾಟಮ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಅಟಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ionization energy is going to decrease. Whereas here carbon to silicon, again we have an ionization energy which is quite high because carbon is again small, next to carbon it is a silicon. But when it comes to the lead, the third element, that is in germanium to lead, whether we are going to write it as low ionization energy as we written in the group 13 element, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋ ಅಂತ ಬರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು. First you tell me, can I write it as in high? No, because again there is an increase in the atomic size. Size increase ಆಗತೈತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತು size increase ಆಗತೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ionization energy less ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, low ionization energy ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದೇ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 13 ದಾಗ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಟಾಪ್ ಟು ಬಾಟಮ್ ಇದ್ದನು ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಮಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ, low ionization energy, gallium ಈಗ high ionization ಹಾಕಿದೆ. Clear? But this is not the case with an silicon and germanium. Silicon ಮತ್ತು germanium ಒಳಗಿದ್ದ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Just you can write it as top to bottom, same thing. With increase in the atomic size, there is a decrease in the ionization energy. That is considerably there is a decrease in the ionization energy. So again, what is an electronegativity?
It is from carbon to
No, what is an electronegativity? Yeah, it is a high tendency to gain an electron. So now here the gaining of electron is again dependent upon the atomic size. So what happens if the atomic size increases? The nucleus will be having more or less attraction towards the incoming electron. Atomic size ದೊಡ್ಡದಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ yeah, the incoming electrons will be having less attraction. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಸೈಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆದಂಗೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವಿಟಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಟಾಪ್ ಟು ಬಾಟಮ್? Yeah, very good. It undergoes decreasing. So here we can state it again. With increasing the atomic size, the nucleus has less attraction towards the incoming electron. Hence, the electronegativity increases or decreases? Yeah, decreases from carbon to lead. So out of carbon and silicon, ಈಗ ಎರಡು ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದಾವೆ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್. ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೋಸ್ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅ ಹೈ ಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ ಟು ಗೇನ್ ಅ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್? ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಯಾರು ಈಸಿಲಿ carbon has a high tendency to gain an electron. The reason is carbon is having smallest atomic size, whereas silicon is having largest atomic size. ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಸೈಜ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ನ ಮೋರ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ತಗೋದು. ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ more electronegative element in an group 14? It is an carbon. Which is the more electronegative element in an group 13? Boron. After boron, gallium and aluminium. Here after carbon it is silicon only. After silicon it is germanium. Clear? The trend is common here as we studied in an periodic properties. So the electronegativity decreases from carbon to lead here. Whereas our last property is oxidation state, which we have already studied in our first class itself. So as we know, the p block elements exhibit variable oxidation state. ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಇರ್ತದ, ವೇರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬ್ಟೈನ್ಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಬೋತ್ ದಿ NS as well as NP electrons are involved in the bonding process. Then which is the group oxidation state of a group 14 element then? What it is? +4. Very good. So in a fifth oxidation state, so ಇದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ರಫ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 14 ತೋರಿಸುವಂಥ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? +4. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ NS ಮತ್ತು NP ಒಳಗಿರುವಂಥ ಎರಡು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವೆ. But here as we know, if some elements contains d and f orbitals in them, there will be an poor screening effect, because of which it undergoes inert pair effect in it. In such a case we get another oxidation state. Yeah, that is for group 13. ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಟು. ಇನರ್ಟ್ ಪೇರ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಇನರ್ಟ್ ಪೇರ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಲಕ್ಟನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಉಳಿದು ಬರೀ 2 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅವು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಟು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಔಟರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 14 ಒಳಗೆ 4 electrons, NS2, NP2. Totally there are 4 electrons. So as there are 4 electrons, it requires how many electrons to complete its octet structure? 4 electrons. So the another variable oxidation state shown by the group 14 is minus 4. So the variable oxidation states of group 14 are plus 4, plus 2 and minus 4. What about group 13? Group 13 plus 3 plus 1 minus 5. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಬರೀ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ನೆನಪಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಬರಿಬೋದು. ಪಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ನಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಾಲಮ್ NS2 NP1 ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 3 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 1 ಮೈನಸ್ 5. Now here it is NS2 NP2. So plus 4 plus 2 and totally it is minus 4. Complete ಆಯ್ತು. Clear?